Morning, Trev here. I'm just at Harcourt Hill. I've just looked at the parking meters, Harcourt Hill Parkrun, and free parking, but I did put a ticket on anyway, free for 2 hours and free at weekends it seems. But yeah, I'm putting a ticket in because a lot of the machines, even though it says free parking, they do charge you. So I've not been to this parkrun for quite a long time. It started maybe 9 years ago, something like that. So I remember starting the Rose Hill Runners group, and that was sort of 2014, something like that. And in that October, yeah, there was talks of a new parkrun, and came around to probably the very first one. And I remember Seb Reynolds, I think his dad, his late dad, I think, helped start it, or mum. So yeah, I've been to this parkrun a lot, but not for years and years. And I did hear the other day on Facebook, there's a campaign to save the swimming pool, because I believe that the university are moving out of the campus. So this is a kind of Harcourt Hill campus is where they do teacher training and stuff. But apparently Brooks are moving out of Harcourt Hill. So I'm not sure if that's sort of, well, I'm assuming it is true, next year, 2015. So I don't know what will happen to the swimming pool, and I don't know what will happen to the parkrun, but the parkrun is still existent today. So I thought I'd pop down to see it. So let's just have a look at the start sign. Harcourt Hill Parkrun. So yeah, Oxford is very, very lucky to have so many parkruns. I'm just going to swap my camera around. Okay, so now we can see. So it's on a hill, as the name suggests. We've got quite a lot of taped off sort of cricket fields, I think, or nice fields. It was, I think, a 2-lap course, as I remember, but I will go to the first timers briefing. Out round there, this is years ago, in there and up into sort of a woody field, back and then round and then to there, and then do it again, something like that. But there you go, you can see Oxford Brooks Sport. But I will go to the first timers briefing if I think I'm in time for it. Let's just check what the time is. It's 8:42, and yeah, they've got a nice little gazebo there. I don't think this one's has too many people coming to it. I was thinking a couple of hundred maybe, and now there were 4 in Oxford, so it's nice to come again. We're spoiled for choice. But yeah, you can see there's a few people warming up already. Finish funnel was around here. They've not put it up though, so it will all be seen. Oh yeah, there's some marshals putting up finish funnel, and in there was some facilities like cafe and stuff. Yep. Cafe, toilets. Let's see if we can get in and show you this. That seems to be locked, but that the swimming pool is in there to the left. I don't know if they'll open that before the end. Some vending machines. We shall see. Shut at the moment. Oh, there's someone in there. Or maybe they've gone round. Maybe let's go round. Okay, I'm just going to go round just to see. It's just that back door. Okay, so just come around the building to the car park again. Quite a lot of car parking, unless they had a massive event. You should be fine. Looks pretty good. And this is, yeah, the building. I'm just going to see if it's open. What they did last time I was here years ago was they shut it. Yeah, there we go. They shut the door because they don't want people with muddy feet coming in. So let's have a little look and see. There's the swimming pool. Can't film the swimming pool obviously, but yeah, this is quite a nice place to chill out. And they have Unfortunately, this machine is out of... So we're not going to have our coffee. But I remember this being a space after to chill out is very, very nice. And some toilets. Yeah, some nice sofas. And it is open. There is some swimming lessons going on. So yeah, 8 schools. So we can go out there. Here we are, where we were. But yeah, you can't come in that way. Mainly for muddy feet, I think. So you go round. They're just setting up the finish funnel. So I'll just wait for the first timers briefing.
We're doing slightly different schools. Okay. So where's everyone from? Anyone from long distance? Manchester. Anyone from Manchester? Okay, do you want to take over in a loud voice?
So, there are 3 fields so start here.
Start over there.
Yeah. And
Going this way.
and you start at that first tree. And you run through there. And then you go behind those hedges and you run. Then you run up here into the second field, across here, and into the third field. Around the third field, and back into the second, and then back into the first. And then you run around there, and come back. And then you do it all over again.
So there's marshals at the pinch points. The only difference this week, the bit that I don't know, is you go through the woods. So there's a marshal there that will send you the right way on the first bit and then send you into the woods. And the only tip is try not to be first if you don't know your way. Try and follow somebody because it's quite straightforward once you follow somebody. And the second lap is exactly the same as the first lap. So once you've done it once, it's quite straightforward. And then when you come through at the end, the finish funnel is just there.
So exciting first timers briefing. It looks like the course is the other way round since I last came before lockdown, maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago. And I think it's event number about 420, something like that. Maybe a bit more than that, I'm not sure. I will look that up and put it in the description. But yeah, so we're just waiting for the main briefing now. It looks like there's about maybe 100 people here already, but there's 2 minutes. Park runners often do come in the last minute, so. Okay. A little bit of an odd start. We didn't have a briefing, and maybe we'll have a bit of a briefing when we're there, but we're just moving to the start line. They're starting a little bit late, so it's sort of 10 past, very unusual for Parkrun to start a few minutes late, but perfectly fine. They couldn't find the defib or something like that, so obviously they couldn't start until they'd sorted that out. But yeah, we're moving to the start line, and then maybe they'll give us a last little brief before we start. See a bit more of the grounds. Some university accommodation, and it looks like a little church.
I'm Maddie. They're on today. Do we have anyone doing their first parkrun today? Are there any parkrun tourists here?
So yeah, we are off. The old Parkrun post, which tells you the crossing the other way. There's the car park. Thank you, Marshall. Another post. So I believe we're doing a little out and back along this tree line. Around and then around this field. So yeah, no dogs on this course either. Did see a spectator with a dog, so I think maybe the dogs are allowed if they're not running, but no running dogs. There are still the posts from when the course was the other way around. It'd be nice to see some new little signs on it. It's in the distance because I remember them putting these in, these posts. You can see first lap, second lap distance, but obviously they don't apply now because we're running it the other way around. Interesting decision to flip the course, which I'm not sure why they made. There's bar down there. Not sure why they made that decision to flip it, but interesting for me. In fact, they used to do special event, run the course backwards sort of thing, but they stopped it just for safety. So you have to have a kind of a safety checked course. You can have one alternative course checked as well. And yeah, both have to be approved by Parkrun HQ. So you can't just go flipping any old course. So they obviously went through all the correct streams to do this. Into the woodland. Thank you, Marshall. There's another post. So yeah, a little bit in the wood, which is great. Summer course, so I don't know if their wet course or their winter course might be 3 laps of just fields. That's what's normal. A little bit of mud, not a lot. It's only a small bit of wood, not like Walford Wood, which I did last week. And if you want to see that vlog, then do click, I'll put a link. And I've now done 3 of the 4 Oxford park runs. So Harcourt Hill is where I am today, and I've done Oxford Park Run, which is Cutslow Park, and University Park. So it leaves me to do Horse Path. I like it this way around. You've got the kind of sloping hill down. Some nice long grass. Looks like there's some quite nice walks in the wood as well. I wanted to explore. I love these cones to stop any shortcuts. So tempting. Thank you, Marshall. Cheers. Right. Yeah, a very nice mix of short and long grass. Because you also have the highly maintained cricket pitches, but then they've still kept an awful lot of wild space at the sides and even in the middle here to make nice walks. Makes it nice to run round. Maybe they've planted grass. Can't quite work out. I'm assuming they're sports pitches, but you'd think they'd have some things in the middle, so maybe not. Another little, that one back along this little tree line. What's it say? Please keep off grass growing. So yeah, they're turning them into grass fields. It's interesting. And again, this post, which was put in years ago, which is the wrong way round. Okay. Maybe they don't do sports anymore. Like I say, Oxford Brooks, I believe, are leaving this site next year to 2025. So who knows what will happen to it next. If they've maintained these paths though, maybe the Parkrun will continue, fingers crossed. And yeah, the swimming pool has a petition just launched the other day. I saw, I'll try and find a link to it. But yeah, a lot of people use the pool, including 8 or 9 local schools. And you know, they're worried that that won't be maintained. I think they need to raise something like £40,000, something like that, in order to keep the pool going. But yeah, without Oxford Brooks, the university here, goodness knows what will happen to all the rest of the development. Some of them look quite new buildings. Maybe not those, so I don't know if they'll redo some buildings. I remember going here when I was studying a teaching course. So interesting to see what will happen in a year. That looks like a jump. And safety. I did spot it there. Yep, another one. That was very clear. Well done, marshals. Maybe they didn't want that at the beginning. Last post. Thank you. Thank you, marshals. Okay, so that was lap 1. Gonna do another lap and then I'll be in that finish funnel there. Just coming up to the second lap. End of the second lap. This tree line, you can see the tail walker over there. Just started to rain a little bit, so I'm glad I'm coming to the end. Got my band. So yeah, they do, as far as I'm aware, still do a junior event here on the Sunday as well, which is 9 o'clock for 4 to 14-year-olds. So if you want a slightly quieter parkrun, especially compared to like University Parks or Cutslow, which regularly has 500 people, then this is a nice one to come to. It's West Oxford, so if you live west of the city, then it may even be closer, but worth checking out. So we've got our volunteers and tail walker. Just finishing their first lap. So yeah, they all try and include walkers. I'd say you need to get round in a an hour or so. If you can't walk 5k in an hour, then expect to do it pretty much on your own, which isn't for everybody at all. I think they could do with a rethink about walkers, if I'm honest. Maybe just doing one lap, or I don't know, even starting at a different time. I don't know, starting early or something. But anyway, some walkers do it, but virtually every parkrun I've been to, it's only a handful of walkers, which is a shame actually, because I think a lot of people could walk these events. So coming up to the end. Hope they'll let us in the dry afterwards. It's only spitting, but it's now getting a little bit cold. Final 100 metres or so. It's nice they've got this gazebo, which I still think of as new, but that's been there a good few years now. You get shelter under that. Thank you. Thank you. Do the funnel. Stay in the funnel. Thank you very much.
Well done.
Thank you. 65. So, okay, scanner's over here. Looks like that door's still shut. So, but you can go in. You just have to go round. So I'll go and get mine scanned now. Okay, so just finished. It's now starting to rain. Yeah, a lovely parkrun, and I really love being sort of up on the hill. The tail walker did just pass, and the other two walkers with him dropped out. So this is what I mean about walkers. I think the idea of maybe just doing one lap, most, if not all, parkruns, I would say most do 2 or more laps. Just give them an option, because doing the last lap, just imagine if you're a walker doing another lap for another sort of half an hour on your own, even with a tail walker. I don't really think that's including walkers. I think that's just ticking a box. So I am a bit critical of that, but that's for reasons. But yeah, a couple of other things. The little posts could really do with another kind of little arrow pointing the correct way, because especially if they're using this course now permanently, so you know which way you're going on the post. The posts were put in when the parkrun started, sort of 9 or so years ago. That would be really good. And yeah, the cafe isn't really accessible because of the muddy feet. So I do appreciate that Oxford Brooks don't want muddy shoes in the thing, but I don't know, you could just sort of readdress that and get I don't know, a mat outside to wipe your feet, or if it's a really muddy day, I understand it, but today it's only just started. There's no real mud problems today, so having that door open. So yeah, there are a couple of like feedback things about Harcourt Hill, but it's really worth checking out if you normally go to one of the other ones in Oxford, and there's a dog there. So yeah, I imagine dogs are sort of allowed on some parts of the course, just not on the university bit. So if you're bringing a dog and have a second person, one of you can stay with the dog, but the dogs aren't allowed to run the course. Yeah, if you haven't already, do click subscribe and check out my other parkrun vlogs. So I've done about 5 parkruns now. If there's a parkrun, particularly in Oxfordshire or anywhere really, that you'd like to see me do a vlog of, then let me know which is your favourite parkrun, and yeah, hopefully see you next time. Okay, bye bye.